Hi, love. Welcome to your love reading. I had to make sure I was getting the right one in order. So welcome to your love reading. This is actually one of the sales, so really excited. Thank you for booking one of these. I love doing love readings. So the question that you asked is, what guidance does Spirit have to help me overcome my self-doubt and bring a person I am meant to be with into my life? So we are going to look at that right now. I'm going to be working with different decks. The decks will be Psychic Tarot for the heart, the Enchanted Map, Energy Oracle, the Diamond Tarot, and the Holographic Tarot if I choose to use both. And I want to pull in the energy of the question first with the Enchanted Map Oracle. And I do read this in reversals, so please have a pen and paper handy if you want to take notes. And we're just going to dive right in. Oh, all right, let's just, let's use that one. All right. Magic Prayer. Look at how beautiful that is. Magic Prayer. This is number 32. So, and it was upright. When you see Magic Prayer card, it is a reminder that your prayers will be answered. Spirit is always waiting to help you and to heal you when you're in need. That said, the best prayer is, thy will be done through me. Thy will and not mine be done. Let me read that again. Thy will be done through me, thy will and not mine be done. So I feel like that's kind of like saying, like, what is meant to happen will happen through you, and if it's not meant to happen, it will not happen. Okay? Conscious contact with your higher power is achieved through the ritual of prayer and meditation. Speak and listen to the divine force within the field of creation. Surrender your wishes and desires to Spirit. You may not get what you want, but you will surely get what you need. Your destiny awaits you as long as you keep in conscious contact with your higher power. Be assured that you are on the right path. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. And I have to say, as I was reading this, I got the image of writing down what you want. Now, I'm not, my spiritual path has changed a lot. And I no longer really do like, I don't like to say I do spells, but I do like to do intention work. If it's the same thing, it may be the same thing. I don't know. But I will say that as I was reading that, I got the image of writing what you want on paper. So recently I actually did one. I did an intention, and it's actually, I don't want to move it too much because my phone's plugged in, but it's on the table over here underneath the crystal. I wrote on a little piece of paper my intentions for manifesting what I would like to manifest for the cackling moon. And then I set it underneath a giant clear quartz crystal, because clear quartz enhances everything. And so I set it under there, and it's going to remain under that crystal all month because it's my monthly intention. So I really have that feeling for you that you should write a list. Write a list of kind of like, and you have to be detailed. You have to be very detailed about what it is that you want when it comes to manifesting love. So with your question, you asked, what guidance does Spirit have to help you overcome your self-doubt? So the first answer for that is it's within Magic Prayer, literally. So asking, being specific with what you want when you're in prayer with the universe, with God, however you want to, with Spirit, if you want to use Spirit or God or whatever you want, however you want to identify. But basically it is asking and being very, very specific with what you want. And I would say write it down, because as you're writing it down, it's like you're putting that energy from your hand and your thoughts onto the paper. And then with the paper, you could, set a candle intention and put the paper underneath the candle. Or you could use crystals, you know, if you have a crystal that is really powerful to you, set it under your crystal and just have it like, you know, under a crystal grid or something for the month or whatnot. And keep doing it and doing it and doing it until you see your your prayers answered. Now, the thing with the Oracle card is that it said that you may not always get what you want, but you'll get what you need. And that's one thing about divine timing, is that the universe will always provide for us what we need versus what we want. Okay. But oftentimes it'll happen when it's meant to happen, which is kind of what the message was also saying, is like, it's going to happen. You put the work into it, but if it's not meant to be, you're not going to get it. You know what I mean? So I just feel like you should definitely write it down, what it is that your intentions are and what you desire. Write it down, put it under a crystal, charge a candle. When I say charge, using your hands, your own energy to put that intention into it. And then just like when you're meditating or whatnot, or before bed, the last thought that you place is just a simple prayer, you know? And I think it'll just be really, really, really good for you. Okay. So that was like one thing that I got from that. So the cards we have find balance in reverse, seek the truth in reverse, and awaiting results. I love it. So finding balance in reverse tells me when it comes to you, there's a lot on your plate. Like, to me, this looks like a plate of stuff, right? Plate of stuff. It's a wheel, it's turning, but to me, it looks like a plate of goodies. And it's in reverse. So to me, it's kind of like you have a lot of expectations, or you have a lot of things on your plate that you want, that you desire. And so maybe that's why I was feeling for you to write it down, to be more specific of what you want. Because obviously with the cards, the cards in the previous reading I did for you revealed that someone is on the way. And then the card again with the magic prayer is saying you're on the right path, and there will be something coming to you. A prayer will be answered. But I feel like the universe is asking you to be more specific. And then we got seek the truth, and it's in reversed. So to me, that's just kind of like, when you're seeking something, you know exactly what you want. Your focus is pinpointed on it, but it's in the reversal. So to me, that's kind of like, it's still in the unknown. It's like you are asking for love, and you want love to enter your life, but at the same time, the universe kind of senses that you still don't know what kind of love you're craving, or what kind of a person you want. Or are you looking for serious love? Or are you looking for a fling? Are you looking for something casual, something committed? Like, I feel like there's still a lot of open questions, and it's hard to identify or to give you what you're wanting, because what you want is a lot. Like, you need to narrow it down. So try writing your intentions down and be very detailed and specific with what you're asking. Okay. And then the last card is awaiting results, which obviously that's what will be happening as you set your intentions. Then you need to do the process of being patient and awaiting those results to happen. Okay. So then the tarot cards are showing the Star card. They're showing the 10 of Wands, which together, these came out together. To me, these are showing that you've had a past, okay? That you've went through your battle. You've had a past, it was an uphill battle, and you've really pushed your way through. It's almost like you've overcome some big hurdles in your life so far, and you're kind of at a place now where you've reached the top of your mountain, and it's in stillness right now. And that vibration of the star is like, it's like a healing, like a breath of fresh air kind of feeling for you. So you've definitely gone through your challenges and whatnot. And I feel like the cards are kind of showing that you are in a space right now where you're like, now what? You know, like you're eagerly awaiting the next mode of action. The Two of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles came up, which kind of reveals that too. The Two of Swords shows me that a block, okay? This is your own personal block. This is a spiritual block. To me, this is a mental block, but it's also blocking or protecting the heart, okay? So when you are asking for love, when you're asking for when you're praying to the universe or whatnot, or asking spirit to show me, to bring me somebody to be a companion with, bring someone into my life, you have to also energetically, spiritually, physically, emotionally open your heart. Okay. So that Two of Swords is kind of popping up. Spirit is saying like, you want love, you're asking for love, but you're still really in like protection mode. And are you in protection mode because of the past, the recent past with the Star and the 10 of Wands, showing you've gone through that healing process and it was an uphill battle, but you still did it. Now you have to really open your heart, be vulnerable. And then the other tarot card we pulled is the Seven of Pentacles, which to me is that waiting game. The Seven of Pentacles is the same as the awaiting results. It's the same card. So I see that as it's a waiting game. You're waiting for the next thing to happen. But you have to remember, when you wait, you have to be patient. Okay? The process is not instant, and it's in divine timing when we're asking something of the universe. So let me pull some more tarot cards for the future, because this is like past, present, and then let's pull for the future of what's to come. And let's pull for the future in terms of like after you set your intention. Okay, so what will be to come? Oh my gosh, I can't even talk. What will happen? What is to come of the future of setting the intentions for love? Oh, I love it. You got the Lovers. Okay, so and also keep in mind, anything read in future tense is subject to change based on present actions. Okay, so we got your cards. So we have the Lovers. We have the Page of Cups. We have the 9 of Wands, and we have the 8 of Wands. So this process, right? After you've set your intention, after you've put the patience, you're patient as you're waiting for the outcome, you're setting your intentions, whether it takes a month, 2 months, or 3 months or more, but you're doing that. And you're doing the work. You're putting yourself out there. You're putting yourself on social media. You're putting yourself on dating apps if you want to do the online dating. You're opening yourself up to love, which means physically wise, you have to make yourself available, right? When you're out in public, smile at people. Make yourself available so that if there is someone who's curious about you, they won't be afraid to step up to you and say hello. If you're out in public, think of the Two of Swords. If you're out in public and you're alone and you're sitting there eating lunch and you have your headphones in your ears and you have your faces down on your phone and you just have like that don't look at me, don't talk to me physical appearance, they're not going to come to you, So that's what I mean by physically opening yourself up to people. Emotionally opening yourself up is like literally like you're just telling your heart, I want to love and I'm going to attract love, right? I want to attract somebody to me that wants and needs what I have to offer, and vice versa. Spiritually opening yourself up is by setting the intentions. And what else? How other way can you open yourself up? You have to just be accepting of being vulnerable again. And obviously when you're vulnerable for love, you do take the risk of being hurt, but that's all of us, right? So that happens. It doesn't matter if you're, if you're fresh in a relationship or you're 20 years into a relationship, we all take risks with love, but we do it because it's amazing, right? So if you do set those intentions, what the future cards are showing, the Lovers, the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is someone entering your life, somebody with a message. This could be a water sign person if you want to get specific. This could be a water sign person, so a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, whether they're a sun, moon, or rising, or all of the above. It could be just somebody who is very emotionally open, that they're sensitive. They're sensitive in nature. They're artistic in nature. They are creative, entertainment, art, music, like all of that stuff, right? Or the Page of Cups can reveal somebody who is younger than you, perhaps, or they're a student in their path of work, or they're, whatever. You could get really specific with the court cards, but That's just something to think about. The Nine of Wands can reveal that the person that you may be attracting into your life has gone through their fair share of trials as well. So there's going to be a lot of in common. There's going to be a lot of, for the two of you to connect in that way. And then the Eight of Wands shows fast forward movement. So this is a person that, and this kind of gives you a hint too, like as you're writing your list of your intentions, this is a person who wants a future. So as you're writing your intentions and when you're being specific, I'm not just talking about specifics as like physical looks and stuff. I'm talking about what's their drive, right? Is this person, enthusiastic about life? Is this person financially stable? Is this person older or younger than you? Is this person future focused? And I feel like that's what you need in love and in relationship, is somebody who is looking to the future, not the past. Because the tendency of looking into the past is getting caught up in all of the stuff that you've already worked so hard to overcome. And you'll just find yourself in a cycle, right? So we want to break that. So that's what I mean as you're being like really specific about your love life and all of that, what you want to manifest. So do I see love coming? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do I see a little bit of work that needs to happen before that? Yes, it's more so the intentions that you're setting, but I do see that it will happen in divine timing, right? Okay, so let's pull some oracle cards on the energy of you. Let's see what's popping up. Because you have a lot of self-doubt. There's self-doubt. It could stem from your past. The self-doubt can be from a past relationship where you were hurt or just not being able to trust. But doubts are fears. That's what they are. So you have the fourth. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have the fourth, the heart chakra. Okay. It's in reversed when I pulled it. So definitely, like I was talking about with that Two of Swords where you're crossed over your heart, the self-doubt is coming from your heart source. Okay. If you're big on heart chakra or chakra work, I would highly, highly, highly recommend doing a heart chakra meditation. You could find them for free, like on YouTube. That's what I do. But working with your heart chakra, you can get crystals that resonate with the heart chakra, like rose quartz or anything green. And working with the green, energy, you could wear it close to your heart. But basically the heart chakra is how you express love and how you allow love into your life. Because the Two of Swords came up for you, I see that there's a fear of it. It's like something that you want the most, but it's also the most fearful for you. So that's something you have to personally work through, is your fears. What are you fearful with love? Is it the other person? Is it yourself? Is it the unknown? Is it a past? And if it is the past, we got to get you through no longer looking into the past. You also have the seventh chakra coming up. Seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel. Seventh chakra is your connection to spirit. It's your spiritual connection and it's upright. So when it comes to your self-doubt, your connection to spirit, being in prayer, like we talked about with the magic prayer, being in prayer with spirit, God, the universe, whoever, however, whatever you identify with, is going to be your way through this. So magic prayer, there's nothing wrong. And I feel like prayer, being in prayer, has such a taboo to it. For those of us who have such a negative experience with spirituality or God or the religion and all of that. Because I know for me, when I hear prayer, I automatically go to a negative place. But prayer can simply be a conversation. Or it's a meditation, or it's like setting an intention, or it's a spell, right? It's however you identify it, whatever works for you. But your seventh chakra, the one above your head, that's the communication with spirit. The more you strengthen that, I feel you can work with opening your heart. So there's a lot of trust issues there that I see. And then lastly, we have adjacent possibilities in reverse. So adjacent possibilities is like doors opening, right? but it's in reversed. So it's almost like you are kind of creating your own blocks. And I feel like it's a fear-based block that you have. Just fearful of the unknown, fearful of getting hurt, fearful of making the wrong move, being someone's waste of time. For some reason that pops up. I think it's a bunch of different things. I think it's just insecurities that you may have, like you think that you won't be good enough, or you don't want to disappoint people. Let's see. The Truth, the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords. The truth, communication, speaking your voice, you know, sharing your mind. Communication. You have the Three of Swords and the King of Pentacles. This could also indicate somebody from the past, okay? That King of Pentacles could be someone from the past, or can represent someone of your past that maybe hurt you, right? Took advantage of you, hurt you, broke you. That Three of Swords can reveal a lot of pain. But as we were talking about, that's pain from the past. You've worked your way through this. You've been working really hard to get yourself through it. Whether this was like childhood stuff or going through school, being made fun of, you know, any little negative trigger that you have can pile up and become your Three of Swords. And it can become the reason why you're so fearful for love. But I see swords. You have a shit ton of swords. And to me, the sword suit is your mind. It's your communication, the way you speak, but it's also your thought process in your mind. And I feel like the sword suit is like you're your own worst critic. Your mind is placing these fears upon you, placing these blocks within you. And then also just being maybe fearful of speaking your truth, you know, identifying with your truth, who you are, how you want to love, who you want to love. I feel like all of that plays a role in it too. Seven of Cups, Three of Swords. Yeah. Three of Swords, that your heart chakra coming up in reversed. And then you got two Three of Swords in the reading. There's a lot of work that needs to be done with your heart source, my love. Your heart. Your heart chakra, working with your heart chakra will be one big thing to do throughout this process. Forgiveness. I just heard forgiveness. I keep getting like little flashbacks of like the past, ways that people mistreated you, or ways that you misunderstood someone talking to you, and it sticks with you. It's like you remember these things as if it was yesterday. There's a lot of pain, and I feel like it's just fear of being someone's waste of time. For some reason that keeps popping up. And also just a fear of like getting involved with somebody, and then if it doesn't work out, how do you get out? How do you how do you escape, you know? But these are all common, and these are natural fears to have with love. And I feel like you have the ability to overcome it. It's just you are your block. You are your own block. The Seven of Cups coming up is not sure which path to take. It's like you have a lot of options in front of you, and you're not really sure which one you want. So I feel like when it comes to identifying love, you really need to be very detailed with what you're looking for, and it may help you to write it down. So, because that card came up again for you. So I do see that. I feel like I'm kind of going in circles, like repeating myself. So I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. But I think setting an intention, and I don't know if you've ever done that. So if you haven't, this would be a really good exercise for you to try. But being specific with what you're looking for. And you may find as you start writing this down, other stuff will start popping up. But I think that's what's going to help you the most, is just being very detailed with what you're asking, and then also putting in your own physical work into this as well. You can't expect love to fall from the sky. You have to also put in your effort as well. So like I said, online dating, if you want to do that, I did it. So I always say it because I did it. Online dating, making your profile, putting photos up of you, having social media. So as long as you're on social media, people have access to finding you. Going out and hanging out with friends and going out, making sure you're putting yourself out there in the world and making yourself available. Smile at strangers. Sit with your back to the wall and you're facing everybody, Don't put your headphones in and don't have your nose in your phone. You know what I mean? People watch. You'd be surprised of what you notice when you're not stuck on your phone all the time. So little things like that, you might start to see some big changes, but just know that the cards reveal that there is going to be love coming. There is going to be a shift and a change, but I feel like there's just a little bit more work that you got to do. So hang in there, my love. Work with that heart chakra. Identify these fears with the Three of Swords and figure it out. Work your way through it. And I feel like before you know it, you're going to have love. Love will be there. So with that, this concludes your love reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or feedback, please send me an email. I will talk to you soon. Bye, love.